Hey guys, how's it going? It's Brian Cinnamon, and I'm here with my buddy Chong, and we're coming to you live for the TWN weekly Hangout. We're gonna share a couple of stories and hopefully inspire you, tell you a little bit about our e-commerce business. My buddy Chong, my buddy Chong, kill that. There you go, buddy. So we're man, things are exciting, super cool. We've been in business now. TWN's been open for I don't know 3 or 4 weeks. And there's so many people getting involved and getting started and having results. A lot of times, their very first time they've ever had results on the internet. And it's awesome to see. I love people getting involved and getting started and having video. So I'm super excited here because the fact that we have a great community of people and of leaders who can help answer questions and show you the way and just kind of pave the road for a brand new beginner who has never earned money online before. We have great beginner training for just about anybody of any walk of life who's looking to make an extra $100, $200, $1,000, or whatever. I mean, back when I first started e-commerce 5 years ago, my goal was just to make an extra $100 to cover my cell phone bill. And when it actually happened, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, it was like, oh my God, I actually made money. So what I'm going to do though in this Hangout, I'm going to do it a little bit different than what I normally do. I want to introduce my special guests first and let them tell you about their journey and how they got started in e-commerce. And then I'll follow up at the end with my story, and then we'll let you guys go. So hopefully just hang out for maybe 20, 30 minutes, and we'll get you some inspiration and hopefully answer some of your questions about what the heck this TWN thing is and all that. So what I'd like to do, I introduce you first to my friend Chong here. We've known each other for quite a few years, and he got started in e-commerce and he's loving it. So Chong, why don't you tell us about when you got started, how things are going, what you think about TWN, and some of your results you've had.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Just want to say shout out to all you guys out there. Thank you for watching. My name is Chong, and I actually got started in e-commerce in about 2008, 2009. And how I fell into it, a buddy of mine actually told me to buy this book, and I actually just dug up this book right before the webinar. It's called Internet Riches, and it showed you that you can make money by selling stuff on the internet. So I got started, I read the book, got started, and then the book was great. It just showed you ideas and concepts, but it didn't really teach you anything. So I was young, naive, didn't know what I didn't know. And I did it for a couple months, drove traffic to it, but ultimately I didn't have that support system, and I didn't really have that education. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of learning on the fly, and eventually ended up quitting. And fast forward, I got into the e-commerce game just similar to my exit from the MLM area. I was putting a lot of time into it. I wasn't getting that return. And I went to an annual convention, and some guy introduced me to e-commerce again, showing me how I can move products from Amazon to eBay and eBay to Amazon, and from there it's been great. And then again, it's all about education and getting to the next level. And then about 6 months ago, I came across the guys at TWN, and it really took my hobby of a business to an actual business, to where I can happily say, and I'm blessed to say it, that I could do over $1.5 million a year, like $1.5 million a year online. I got a big smile on my face. Everyone else got a big smile on their face, and I'm sure you guys would have a big smile on your face. If you guys were doing that, it's still hard to believe today, and I really have all that success. I can really attribute it to the guys at TWN, and like I said, these guys just really took me to the next level.
That's awesome, Chong. I love hearing your story, man. Just the fact that you came from the MLM industry, struggling, frustrated, not making any money. And what you said, somebody introduced e-commerce to you twice.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was the same thing for me. I actually didn't even start until the second time around. Somebody came back and they're like, when are you going to get started? Because I was struggling in my MLM company as well. I'd been with it for 3 years. I went to all the hype meetings and all the events. And I was one of those guys in the background in the audience that was like, yay, go company, and watching all the rich people on stage walk around, and I was broke. It was horrible. I couldn't stand it. And the fact that now, you know, in TWN, the normal guy, me and you, normal dudes, can just get on, learn a little bit of e-commerce, put a little bit of elbow grease into your business on a daily basis, and make money. So thanks for your sharing, Chong. I really appreciate it. I love hearing your story. This guy I've known for a couple of years as well, and just crushing e-commerce and making tons of money. He's got a ton of students teaching people the right way to do this. So go ahead, David, take it away. Tell us a little bit about your story, where you started, how you came from, and all that cool stuff.
What's going on, Brian? Good evening, buddy.
Hey, dude.
And good evening to everybody out there. Thanks for stopping by to see us tonight. And Sean, thanks for your story, brother. It's good to kind of meet you here over video. But yeah, so I got started, 2017. I got started 3.5 years ago now in e-commerce. And it's funny what happens when you kind of speak out into the world what you want to happen in your life. And for me, I had been in the active duty ranks in the military for about 3 or 4 years at that point, and I was enjoying it, but I kind of knew the writing on the wall for me was I wasn't going to be doing that my whole life. So I was like, man, I don't really want to work in corporate America if I would get out of the military, but on the same hand, I don't really know what I would do if I didn't do that. But I'd always kind of had a knack for selling stuff, which isn't to say that you have to have a knack for selling stuff to get into this if you never sold anything before. But I had dabbled in eBay a little bit, and one of my friends, Dejan Paris, who's one of the people in TWN as well, one of the coaches, he's like, man, I'm doing like this drop shipping thing on eBay, and like he's like, I'm paying for lunches, and then all of a sudden like I just kept seeing it every day. He was making sales, and I was like, okay. And so yeah, it kind of took me under his wing, and I started learning, man. Like I was like, I just want to pay for my golf membership, and then all of a sudden 3 months later, I was paying for my golf shop membership each month, and then like my goals kept getting bigger and bigger. And then by like month 12 of that year, I was equaling what I was making in the military, and I was like, this is freaking insane. Like. It just grew to a point where I didn't expect it to go, but it didn't do that without a lot of hard work, but also with a mentor behind me. Yeah, now 3.5 years later, I've got a warehouse, I've got employees. It's crazy what's happened in that 3.5 years with a little bit of elbow grease and a good mentor, and yeah, it's awesome. So. That's kind of my story from how I got started to fast forward to where I am today.
That's great, David. I love hearing your story too, man, because our story is very, very similar.
Right.
I served in the military as well, and I didn't even find drop shipping until I got out, and I was doing all right. I was actually doing a Facebook Live earlier today talking to my followers about this, but I thought I had a really good job. I landed a really, really, in my opinion, a really good job coming out of the military. And, it's scary. You know that as well as I do, transitioning out of the military. You don't know what you're going to do. You don't know if there's going to be a job available for you. And it's kind of a scary thing. And I landed a really good job, in my opinion. I was grossing probably $4,500 a month after tax, making $3,000 a month. And, for a lot of people, that's really good income. And, I was comfortable, but, I still was looking around, obviously, because I was in all these MLMs and stuff trying to make money. But, the fact that drop shipping can equal an income like that in a short amount of time, I was, same as you, I matched my income at my job in my first year doing e-commerce and drop shipping on eBay. And it was simple, you know, simple instructions with TWN, especially guiding you and showing you the right way with easy to follow videos, and, you know, the support structure that we needed back then. You know, I mean, you have questions you can ask in the group, or you can ask your sponsor, or you can ask, you know, a friend that you've made in the community, and typically within 5 to 10 minutes you have an answer. So it was awesome for us to be able to have a business, to be able to start something like that and have the support structure, I guess is what I'm saying. But yeah, you know, a little bit of my story, you guys, just so you know, I started e-commerce maybe 5 years ago. Same as David and Chong here, you know, it was a little investment to start a business, you know, compared to all these other brick and mortars, you know, like a golf store or a Dairy Queen or something like that, where you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy the land, build a building, hire employees, buy your inventory, you know, work the hours and cover your overhead and pay the rent. And it never ends, right? And for me to start a business online, which had literally no overhead, except I had to pay my monthly membership to the training, and I needed a computer, which we all have a computer anyways. And I was able to build a multiple six-figure business where, you know, I don't have to worry about anything. I have all the time freedom that I want, all the financial freedom that I want. I go on trips all the time. I see my kids every single day. I take my kids to school every day. You know, it's just a really cool feeling knowing that e-commerce is providing everything that I've ever dreamed of, and it's given me the ability to provide for my family. I know, David, you feel the same.
Yeah,
and, you know, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, something you said. I mean, I work a lot, you know, doing e-commerce. But it's the hours that I work. Like, I know in a 24-hour day, there's probably between 8 and 12 hours of work. But it could be 12 at night. It could be 6 to 12 a.m. in the morning. You know, it's really on my own schedule, which is just a huge benefit for being able to do this full time. So.
Yeah, definitely, man. And well, I mean, that's kind of the mentality of entrepreneurs anyway. You know, we work 80 hours a week, so we don't have to work 40 hours building somebody else's dream.
Right.
I mean, I live that mantra every day. You know, every second that I have available that I'm not doing something family related or something with my kids or something like that, I'm pumping in listings on eBay and Amazon and doing all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a lifestyle now, but it's not hard. You know, I think you'd agree. Chong, you can chime in too if you'd like. I mean, this is not a difficult business. You know, you just take the training, you apply it, and you rinse and repeat 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, or whatever, and you can make money. So yeah, it's a very sustainable business model. David, you've been doing it 3.5, 4 years. I've been doing it 5 years. Chong's been doing it since 2008. So he's at like 9 or 10 years. He's like the grandpa over here. You know, there's so much money that could be made, so much opportunity. And it could be as little as making enough money to pay your cell phone bill, or making enough money to build a retirement and leave your kids something in the future when you're gone, right? So it's an amazing opportunity. I hope that you guys are a little bit inspired about our 3 stories. You know, we don't have a whole lot beyond that to share, except we're just super excited about the opportunity. If you are curious about TWN, or you know, somebody has sent you to this hangout, I strongly urge you to get back to them to answer any questions you have. But if you're motivated and ready to get started now, there's actually a join now button right below this video that you're watching right now. You can join and get started today. And I'll tell you right now, and I know David and Chong as well have had students that have made money in their first 24 hours in this company. Just putting up some listings, getting busy, making a little bit of money, making money their very, very first time. So I do want to talk a little bit about some of the tools that we have available inside of TWN real quick. So, you know, a lot of people that have looked into e-commerce and they get kind of scared. They're like, well, what if I put all these listings up and the supplier runs out of stock, or the price changes or something like that? Well, one of the tools that we have inside of our system monitors your inventory and your prices, and it makes adjustments as needed, so you are always profitable and you're not selling things that go out of stock. Now, yeah, there's a glitch here and there, it doesn't work properly, but I'm probably at a 95 to a 99% accuracy rate. and I don't lose money. The fact that we have tools available that can ensure your profitability is far beyond what a lot of these other companies out there can offer you, and it comes in your membership. Another thing I want to talk about real quick, we also do training on selling on Amazon for FBA, and there's a really cool tool called Profit Spy, which literally tells you what to go buy that is profitable so you can send it to Amazon. That's always been, for the last 5 years, that's always been the struggle for new members. They're like, I don't know what to buy. I don't know what to list. I have no clue. Somebody tell me. Well, now there's a tool. It gives you a list every single day, and it tells you, hey, here's the product. This is how much profit you're going to make. This is where you can buy it. And then you just click the link. You can go buy it and order it, and you have profitable products that you can send into Amazon. I think that's really cool. I mean, the fact that somebody can come in, create an individual seller account on Amazon for free. They can learn the strategies that we have for Amazon for very cheap, and they get a tool that will tell you exactly what to go buy. I mean, if there wasn't a completely done for you system yet, this is it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
David, you'd agree, right?
No, you're right, man. I mean, you're right. That's always the question about people that go to, like, what do I buy? Or what do I buy to resell? Or, what do I list to make money? And, having a tool like Profit Spy, I personally, after 3.5 years in the business, I'm using it to buy products. But on the same hand, there's a bit of an art to finding products that you're going to buy and resell for FBA. And there's a learning curve associated with that. And that's one of the things that a lot of people that get into e-commerce, they don't stick with it because they don't kind of develop that muscle memory, I guess. But having a tool like this, it literally shows you, this is where you can buy it. This is how much it's selling for on Amazon. And it just it's all these, 15 to 20 examples of what you can buy and resell each day. And if nothing else, it at least gives you an idea, these are the kind of things that I should look for when I'm, out looking for myself. So if nothing else, it gives you examples, and then also, you just go buy it and have it shipped to your house and send it to Amazon. I mean, it's a little more complicated to that, and we have the training to connect the dots inside TWN. But yeah, and the Profit Spy tool is unbelievable. And
yeah, I mean, I could speak great things about it. I have 2 buddies who've been following me for, just around the neighborhood. One's my baseball friend. Just shout out to Anthony. And another buddy, Keegan, who's a frustrated MLMer, believe it or not. And 2 guys completely new to e-commerce. And thankfully, I thank them for trusting me to be able to get into the system. And it's pretty cool. I mean, Keegan's really excited. He's making like 5 sales every day, and he's only like a week and a half in. And then Anthony, he's got his Amazon seller app, and he's showing me all his sales and stuff like that. So he's really excited about, buying stuff, sending it in, and just watching the money just kind of already just been calculated how much you're going to make, and just knowing all that is pretty cool. The other thing I wanted to kind of point out there for you guys, I know a lot of my friends are out there. You guys are an MLM, and there's nothing bad about MLM, but I just wanted to, here's what made me switch over, and I hope this really resonates with you. Right, so you guys are out there, I guess in any MLM or direct sales, you're showing a presentation. You're going out there and you're putting yourself out there belly to belly, and you're creating these connections, and you're meeting your friends your downline's friends, and you're just making all these connections. But here's the thing that really it just came down to just simple logic. Guys, it would take me a couple hours to go show a presentation to one person, right? Drive there, show the presentation, answer his questions, right? Buy him dinner, right? Come home. Maybe he gets in, maybe he doesn't. Call him 4 or 5 times. Go back out, show him again, right? Answer his questions. And the time that it took me to go do one presentation, when I started, I just put up, in that 2 hours, I just put up listings nonstop for 2 hours, and I just made more money from doing that. It was just common sense. It was just a better use of my time. So that's why I kind of just made that leap. And like I said, the tools are great. I mean, there's nothing like it out there, guys. And like I said, two of my friends, I can thankfully trust the TWN system to put out a great product for newbies to learn with and use and really to make money with, right? It's not like MLM where you bring in your friends and they may or may not make money, and it kind of makes things like awkward. What's cool about this is that, guys, you know you're going to make money before you spend a dime. It's really awesome.
That's a great point, Chong. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. Anybody in this industry doing e-commerce, I think you almost have, without giving you 100% guarantee, you almost have 100% guarantee if you do the work. So, you know, quick disclaimer here, everyone's income is going to be different. Somebody that comes in and actually puts in the time and the effort and tries can absolutely make incredible money doing this system. You know, I've trained over, I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 people on how to do this. And the ones that are successful are the ones that just put a little bit of time in. Take a couple hours, maybe an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening out of your life. You know, put away Game of Thrones for a minute, put it on DVR and record it, just like I do, and watch it when you have time later. But put a little bit of time into yourself, into your business, improving your financial situation, and you can do it. Absolutely. So what I'd like to encourage you guys to do, click the button below, get joined up with us, join TWN, get in our community group on Facebook, and start learning. There's nothing better out there that I've seen. I was in the MLM network marketing industry for me, and this e-commerce deal is the first time that I've ever been successful. And I literally, right now, 5 years in, you know, I make multiple 5 figures per month comfortably. You know, I've come from nothing to where I'm at now. You know, I started my business 5 years ago with $500 and a dream. And now, you know, I've built my house with e-commerce profits. I got a pool in the backyard being built right now with e-commerce profits. I drive a 2017 GMC Denali paid for with e-commerce profits. And I don't say that to brag or boast or try to show off or anything. Just show you the possibilities that you have in front of you with TWN and e-commerce and your ability to actually turn Amazon and eBay into your own personal ATM machine. I mean, that's Tom would agree, but click the button below, get started with us, seriously. I'd love to work with you, train you. I'm one of the coaches in TWN. I'd love to share my knowledge with you. I know Chong is super stoked, and you know, David will agree. This business is the best business to be in right now, this time of year, this time of our lives. If you haven't been watching the news, Amazon takes over everything. They just bought Whole Foods. Jeff Bezos, the owner, is now the richest man in the world. Amazon's kind of the place to be. That's all I gotta say. You know what I mean? So click the button below, get started with us. I know I keep repeating myself. I'm on a rambling tangent because I'm so excited, but click the button below, join, and we'll see you guys on the inside. You know, there's no time better than right now. So thanks for taking your time and you know, time out of your day today to hang out with us for a few minutes. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the community, and take care. We'll see you guys later.